Right now, this might sound like an absurd question. We are a species that has mapped the human genome, split the atom, and sent machines to the edge of the solar system. We know exactly where babies come from. We have the biology, we have the data. But here is the haunting part. For the vast majority of our history, for hundreds of thousands of years, we likely had no idea. We were creating life without knowing the machinery of it. And when you look at it through the lens of evolutionary survival, that ignorance wasn't a mistake. It was a blank space in our consciousness, one we spent eons filling with ghosts.
Think about how we process the world. We are creatures of immediate feedback. You touch fire, you recoil. You starve, you hunt. Cause and effect, locked in a tight, immediate loop. But reproduction? It is the ultimate delayed signal. Imagine living in a Pleistocene band of 30 people. You have no biology books, no scientific method. You are just an observer in a chaotic world. If a woman becomes pregnant, the event that likely triggered it happened months ago. In a world without calendars, without the concept of conception, how do you connect a singular act to a result that manifests after the seasons have turned? For our ancestors, there was no biology. There was only the happening. The baby simply appeared in the womb. And since the humans couldn't see the unseen, the sperm, the egg, the microscopic cellular ignition, they did what we always do when faced with an invisible process. They invented the supernatural.
This wasn't stupidity. It was an anthropological necessity. Without the germ theory of life, a pregnancy required a story to explain it. In some cultures, children were gifts from the gods, a divine transaction. Others believed spirits inhabiting trees or water entered the womb. Many believed the moon, with its cyclical nature, dictated the rhythm of fertility. These weren't just myths. They were early operating systems, frameworks that allowed humans to navigate a reality they could not yet technically parse. We were functioning within a profound cognitive gap. We were acting out the most fundamental drive of the evolutionary process, the survival of our genes, while completely blind to the mechanisms of how we were actually doing it. Nature didn't require our understanding. It only required our instinct.
The transition from myth to mechanism wasn't a singular eureka moment. It was a slow, agonizingly long attrition of ignorance. It took the rise of agriculture and the formation of cities to even begin noticing the patterns. Even then, the invisible barrier remained. Aristotle tried to categorize it. It took 2,000 years for the microscope to finally reveal the truth, that life wasn't a gift from the gods, but a biological collision. When we finally connected the two, the act and the child, our reality didn't just change, it inverted.
Once the secret was out, the biological instinct wasn't enough. We needed structure. The moment we realized that sex equals offspring, we invented inheritance. We invented marriage. We created entire legal systems to define lineage. And with that, we created the foundation for modern conflict, inequality, and the state itself. We were once wild creatures, driven by blind instinct to reproduce, largely unaware of the physical consequences. Now, we are creatures obsessed with controlling the mechanism. The strange truth is that even today, we are still wrestling with the implications of that realization. It dictates our politics, our religion, our morality. We discovered where we come from, but we still haven't quite figured out how to live with the weight of that knowledge. We are the only animals who know how we are made, and perhaps that is exactly what haunts us.
What would happen if we realized there were other invisible patterns governing our lives
that we're currently explaining away with stories. If you want to keep deconstructing the hidden architecture of human behavior, consider subscribing to Primal Shima. We explore the things we take for granted until they look strange again.